Okay, now you're ready.
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Palen, and no, I am not the former governor of Alaska. I appreciate you coming here to listen to me talk about teenage pregnancy. I was 19 when I got pregnant. I guess you could say I was an older, more mature version, but still a teenage pregnancy. Only I know why I became pregnant. No one asked me, so I'll give you some information. At the end of my speech, you will be able to understand some of the factors affecting teenage pregnancy and some possible solutions. Have you ever wanted to be loved by your parents so much that it hurts you inside? Have you ever wanted to just be loved for you and not chastised for every little thing you do? These questions seem so silly and so easy to answer. We all want to be loved. We need to feel like we fit in and are special in someone's life. We all want to be accepted in society, and especially by our parents. There are some of us who are loners and just hide in our own world, but most need this love to bloom. Have you ever just wanted to stop and talk to a teenage girl? Just a moment out of your day to find out what she is thinking? How well do you know your own daughter, and you have raised her for 13 years? Until you find out what is important in her life, you will never really know her. In my opinion, until you understand the person, you can never understand their problems. In my speech, you will understand more about teenage pregnancy, and I will address a few points to consider as the community, economy, parents, and or the stress of everyday life. In today's world, there are so many things going on in our lives, and sometimes it seems like there is so little time. Our lives fly by so fast, we can barely catch our breath. So what does this mean to us? In 2007, there has been an increase in teenage pregnancy in 26 states. According to the article in USA Today titled Teen Birth Rates Up in 26 States. Pinning down the reasons for teenage pregnancy is not easy. Some blame a more sexualized culture through television and showing high-profile unmarried births by people such as Jamie Lynn Spears' sister Britney Spears. Others say that sex education that only focus on abstinence instead of other prevention methods. Some would say that availability of abortions could be a reason. If you get pregnant, simply get abortion. I, for one, personally have a problem with it, and don't feel availability of abortion is a cause. In fact, Sarah Brown, CEO of National Campaign to Prevent Teenage Pregnancy, feels that abortion availability is not a factor. She feels that the politics, Hollywood, unmarried births, and movies are a significant factor to impressionable teens. The economy can play a part in the teenage pregnancy as well. With the economy the way it is, parents have to work long and hard hours for their paycheck, and typically both parents have to work. This increases the stress within the household and causes family problems, and teenage girls are more inclined to hide in their rooms and typically surf the internet. In today's society, both parents are working, creating a tendency to leave children alone. Some may remember the term latchkey kids. According to the U.S. Census Bureau in February 2009, 77% of American households had both parents working outside the home. This requires longer babysitting hours, children at home by themselves, and ultimately they learn to fend for themselves and survive without parental intervention. This lost connection with parents will usually lead to problems. Moral values will be taught by daycares, the television, and others that the teenager will interact with instead of the values of the parents. Discipline problems will soon follow. How can we expect anything when we pass raising our kids off to daycares with people who have no investment in their future? Mary Jo Rapini, psychotherapist, says that there is no single cure and no single cause of teenage pregnancy. She also says that they talk about feeling lonely, disengaged from their family. The child feels isolated, alone, and angry at their parents. She further contends that these girls have a fantasy that if the daughter has a child, then at least someone will love her. According to Ms. Rapini, teenage pregnancy starts at home. Now that we set the stage for the development of the children, let's look at how this affects teenage girls as they grow. As the young girls grow and move through their teenage years, their needs increase. They seek acceptance from anyone, and usually it's their peers. As teenage girls grow into young women, they find themselves seeking love and affection they may be missing at home. Teenage boys are there to fill the void and provide the attention they are craving. And not to totally blame the boys, some teenage girls simply just want to be a mother. They want to be pregnant. They want the attention that goes with the pregnancy, and they just want everybody to pay attention to them. They simply want to provide the love and attention they are lacking to someone who will not judge them and accept them for who they are. Some girls just make their decision that if it happens, then it happens, and decide not to take precautions during sex. And unfortunately for the child, many girls don't consider the father nor the future. I have my personal feeling. I am a single mother, and I ignored safety precautions during sex. I said that if it happens, then it was simply God's will. All I know is that I love my son and wouldn't give him back for my own life. I do wish that he had a father, and I will admit that it was not a consideration. But what about my parents' feelings? My father says that he loves me, and he loves my son, and will always be proud of me, but my life will be quite different. And even though I had a child, he will always love us both. My mother loves Logan, but is very upfront with her opinions. Although now there's a grandchild, she wants to be the mother that she wasn't. This does affect others around us. There is no way to deny this. I will always need support structure, whether it's my parents, relatives, or my friends. I will always need help with my son. At some point in my life, and if something happens to me, someone will have to step up and take raising my son into their own hands. Now that we see the real effects of our problems, community, economy, parents, or the stress of everyday life, we can review some methods of prevention. Many agencies have realized the increase of teenage pregnancy. This is not an unnoticeable statistic. Churches and other agencies have set up support organizations for counseling teenage girls, as well as family therapy sessions for family awareness. Other organizations such as the OBGYN, offices, family services, agencies, distributing teaching materials to young girls in preparation for the teenage years. We have taken a look at teenage pregnancy and how our community, economy, our parents, or the stress of everyday life can take a toll of the lives of young girls. I hope that we can better understand that what we do has profound effect on those around us, to include our teenage girls and teenage pregnancy, and how we can play a small part in prevention. I want to thank you all for coming to listen to me talk about teenage pregnancy, and hope we all can prevent our teenage girls from getting pregnant at our young age. Thank you.